asked me if I would consider looking at the Summer Wells case. So, this case is 5 years old already, and I did take a look at it very, very briefly. I have not done a full reading, but I've done enough to get a very important indicator that this was an abduction, and it was a single person abduction. And I want to give you details just in case you don't know about the Summer Wells missing persons. This is a young girl that would have gone missing. Her full name, just going to be talking about Summer Wells. Her full name is Summer Moon Utah Wells, born February 4, 2016. Her age when missing was 5 years old, and she went missing June 15, 2021. She was about 3 feet tall, approximately 40 pounds, blonde with blue eyes. She was reportedly wearing a pink shirt and gray pants, shorts, and she may have been barefoot according to reports. Now, if you know anything about where Summer lived, rural is just the beginning. And it sure was set in quite a remote setting with significant amount of trees around the property in all directions. Summer was at the family's rural home during the afternoon of June 15. Her mother told investigators that she last saw Summer that afternoon. The family account is that Summer had been outside. She had helped her grandmother transfer some flowers into pots, and the grandmother went to take a nap. Summer apparently went back into the house. Her mother claimed that she walked Summer to the house, and the 3 boys that were in the house watching TV claimed that Summer went downstairs to a little bit of a crawl space cave-like entrance into a basement where Summer had her bedroom and her parents also slept. There is a door that goes from the basement to the back of the property, so there is an exit there. Now, they had gone shopping, they came home, and she was supposed to have gone by the boys and gone down into the basement. She was reported missing on June 15 at 6:30 p.m., but police didn't put out an Amber Alert until the next day, okay? Now, the location is remote, mountainous, heavily wooded, and it is a pretty remote part of Tennessee. Now, they went through the normal things. Did she wander away? Did she wander into the forest? Could it be an abduction? Could something have happened in the house? Okay, and honestly, also with the child abduction, as you know, one of the questions is, did the family do it? So that must have been on the mind of people investigating from the beginning. But lie detector tests cleared the mother and the father. Okay, and the only interesting lead came from knowing that there was a red truck. They thought it was a Toyota Tacoma, and apparently the driver of that truck was considered a witness, not a suspect. It's apparently the only vehicle that would have been in that vicinity. And okay, so that's the basics, and I want to tell you what I tuned in on. Because I'm from Canada, I had not known about this case until followers on my Nancy Guthrie page suggested I look at it. So what I did the other night was I just quickly searched on Google for her name generally, because I literally knew nothing. The first thing that came up, cheers to Dr. Phil, by the way, there was a very short video where Dr. Phil hosted the mother and the father. While I was watching the mother and the father, Dr. Phil was just quietly and slowly asking questions of the parents. You know, okay, what happened? Okay, what happened next? Oh, okay, then what happened? Very smooth operator. And as I just listened, I must tell you, as clairvoyant medium, I am not getting any form of lie detection myself from the mother, nor the father at all. So that's my first instinct. When they were speaking, my feeling is they're truthful, but this is where it got interesting for me. I was just listening. They were showing an aerial view of the property, and if you've seen the aerial view of Summerwell's home, it is a rather sizable property. It has circular driveway, pretty much going around the entire lot. The grandmother lives on the parcel of land, and I believe it's at the front door. It's hard to tell what was really front door, back door, but I believe where they would come up, as they had done the day she went missing, they came in with groceries. There must be a front area that they park. It seemed like on the video I was watching, the grandmother's motor home is pretty much right in front of the front door, pretty much on that lot. So where it went awry was her mother was like, okay, well, I've come into the house, I'm looking for her. The boys say that she's downstairs. She's calling for her downstairs, and Summer is not downstairs. So as I'm listening and listening, they're also talking about the outside of the property, and all of a sudden, they're referring to a certain portion of the property. They were wondering if she had gone out the back, because she had been told to, you know, that she was going to be in the basement. There is a door. They don't always go in it though, in and out of it. And the mother cannot recall whether it was locked or not. That's one item of this that she can't remember. Okay, so during this little 5-minute clip on Dr. Phil, all of a sudden, as they're talking about the exterior and the driveway and what could be happening, could people see it from the road? Were there workers? Yes, there were. There were, in fact, people either trimming trees, and you can actually see the road a little easier that very day. So there was a lot still going along and around on that property, in the vicinity especially. Just things were going on. So this is broad daylight. The boys claim that she's gone downstairs. They're wondering if she's gone out that basement door. And if you've seen the entrance on any of the video for the entrance into their downstairs where her bedroom is, it is unique. It's unique. You got to kind of turn around, and you're going down backwards, and it looks like you're going down more like a ladder stair than a set of stairs. So it is the most awkward entrance you would ever want to get into a basement, especially if you're really living in the basement with a bedroom. If you look at those videos, rather disturbing. So, all right, so I want to just mention that in case you've never heard about that case, that there are questions of, if she really had gone down into the basement, then what? Did she go out the unlocked door on her own? Because that door goes to the back. It's not to the front, okay? So I'm going to catch my breath as I tell you this, because sometimes when I just listen and kind of start saying, what really did happen? All of a sudden, I'll get these hits. And I can see things very quickly. So, cheers. There's no way that I can prove anything. I wouldn't know what to do, honestly. But this is what I do feel about summer wells. Okay. The vision that I had when they were mentioning the driveway is, I do not believe Summer Wells went out the back door. I do not believe she stayed in the basement. I was given a vision where I distinctly see her outside. She is not in the basement. Now, if you've ever had kids, please tell me, especially 5-year-old to 7-year-old age bracket, please tell me, how fast do they move? How fast do they change their mind? They might say, I'm going to play ball, and they'll go, wait a second, I want to get my hockey stick. Have you ever seen that? They can change pretty quickly. So one thing the mother said when she came into the home going, hey, where's Summer? Hey kids, where's Summer? Her words were, the boys were glued to the TV. Okay, people with kids, when they're really riveted and glued to a TV, they're not even answering you when you call them 20 times. Have you seen that happen? Tell me what kids are going to be like, oh, I'm watching everything that my mother told me to watch. Do you have kids like that? I don't know. I don't want to say anything rude about these kids, her brothers. But when I'm tuning in, they did not notice that she had popped into the basement. I feel that she's got something in her hands and she's gone back outside and she's gone right through the living room, right where they're watching TV over here, and she's past them. And while her mother is checking on her mother, the grandmother, Amber doesn't think, I'm sorry, Amber? Oh, it's not so funny. Why did I get that name? Okay, well, where did that name come from? Okay, so Summer, I see something in her hands as if she had picked up something from her bedroom and she decided, I'm just going outside. And she already knew, remember, that her mother was out front. She had done the plants with her grandmother. There was a lot of activity going on at the front, and her grandmother had the trailer there. So, motorhome. So, when I see this little flash from Spirit, Summer is out front. She is not out back. She is out front. I see her holding something as if she, you know, when kids go grab a Barbie or something, she's grabbed something, it's with her. And then, I'm going to tell you, this was so real for me. I have really major PTSD from working on missing persons. I'm giggling. Oh, it's not been an easy ride, trust me. And July, I started some very interesting treatments for this. So what I've realized as part of my PTSD, of course, when you have a form of anxiety or pressure like this, some of the energy, of course, can go through your heart, not just your adrenals. So I have discovered in July that, yeah, my PTSD, fright, flight, and freeze, some of the pulses are going through my heart. So I'm going to be very honest. When I saw this scene that Spirit gave me with Summer on the driveway with something like a doll or a toy in her hand, all of a sudden when I see her standing here, you know, and how does this happen in broad daylight? But I would say that this is an abduction. It is not related to family. And what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a man come from where the entrance to their property is, so road to entrance, driveway. Okay, that person is in the trees, and they can see that Amber is, why am I calling this young girl Amber? They can see that Summer is there, and in the nanosecond of this vision, this is what I know. One male, he's wearing, I'm seeing brown pants that are trousers, and I am seeing black shoes that actually look more like street shoes than running shoes, and they have the type of laces where when you're looking down at the shoe, I could see like from his thighs down for what he was wearing, okay? Thighs down. How old is a 5-year-old? That's an interesting way to look at this. I could only see thighs down, but I could see from the distance that a man is running, and he is running fast. He is running knowing that this has to be done fast, and I get this feeling that Summer hears this, and this person is running so quickly towards her. When I saw it, my heart just went through a hole. Like, I thought I was gonna, like, whoa, go dizzy on that. It was so scary for me because I literally saw this person run. They grabbed her, and what I see happening is I have no clue how this person got her quickly off of that property when there are up to 13 dogs on the other side of the property, and I feel like the dogs are supposed to be out front, and this was happening out front. So don't ask me how the dogs did not know this was happening, but when I'm asking, why did this happen? Okay, there is no death that I am seeing. First of all, so this is what is curious to me. I'm not seeing a death. I'm not seeing a death yet. I'm seeing the abduction. This is not sexual, believe it or not. This is not sexual. But the overall essence that I'm feeling when I'm asking, why is this happening? There is a male that has made a decision that this young girl deserves something better. This is being done because this person feels Summer deserves something better. Now, when I'm seeing that, I am getting all sorts of things, and I'm asking, okay, but what does that mean? Because this is one male. This is not a woman kidnapping a child going, I want a girl. I've always wanted a girl. This is one single man. I feel he has knowledge about the family and may have known the family long enough to have ascertained there's room for improvement with the way they raise their children. And I just keep hearing it in my head. She deserves a better life. She deserves a better life. She deserves a better life. And it reminds me of when people just assimilate you into their life. They explain why it's happened. We want to give you a better life. Call me crazy. This is like, I do not feel she was taken for a murder. She wasn't taken for trafficking, but she definitely was taken. And I believe she froze. The only word she has given me is Teddy. And I honestly do not know if that means she had a teddy bear in her hand. Could she have gone to her bedroom and that's what she's got in her hands? Because I see her she's out there and she's just looking at it. And then she just hears this rustle as if and she's just looking. And I feel this person has come up very abruptly, okay? And just almost like oh my gosh, like this force where she definitely was lifted up and rather swept away, and then I have no it's remarkable there's not a sound. So I feel that however this person has scooped her up, this person has been careful of muffling. I do not feel she's been knocked out, let's say with chloroform or anything crazy. I feel there is not a suffocation either. This is, but a little bit of smothering as he's grabbing and whisking away. I want to go back to what these trousers look like and what these shoes look like. I was born in the 60s, and sometimes what spirit will show to me is, of course, an era of fashion that coincides with a perp. The perp that ran up to Summer and scooped her up, when I'm seeing these brown pants and the style of shoe, I'm thinking 70s and I'm thinking 80s. So when you hear that this person has brown pants, think of trousers, not jeans, not polyester, more like cotton, okay? And that was really common in the 70s, you know, where it was material that was a little dressier. It was just a little dressier. It wasn't your top classy pant, trouser, but I'd still have to say for gentlemen wearing these, they would have been loose, straight cut, brown material is what I'm seeing, possibly just a really great quality cotton. The black shoes, when I'm seeing them from above, they remind me of the style of shoes, and I have no clue why this person, if they knew they were going to abduct this girl, why they are wearing these darn shoes. These are not the shoes I would want to be running in to kidnap someone. These look like street shoes. They look like leather street shoes, and they look like, you know, sometimes shoes are rather flat, right? Like just kind of like flat. You know, some seem, of course, bulkier. This is sort of like flat leather. And at one point, I'm sure this leather would have been shiny. But I'm seeing that the impression is, might be the only pair of shoes this person's got to go out in. And oddly enough, like, I see also that she was stashed and stowed. I feel that whatever vehicle she's been put into, there's like a stowing away where she's told to just get in there, get in there, get in there. I believe she's conscious and just shaking, just not understanding exactly what happened. And there's no way you would have found this body because she wasn't killed. So, I haven't done a tea leaf reading on this. That's the only information I have from that one little clip of watching this person run onto the property, broad daylight, snatch her, smother her, and stash and stow her in a vehicle. And then they are gone, okay? Now, I'm asking right now, where the heck did they go? Now, Tennessee, remember I'm from Canada, she was missing in Tennessee, and for some reason I am hearing Missouri right now. And I don't know that distance between Missouri and Tennessee. That could be significant. But for some reason I'm hearing Missouri, and I don't know the relation to that right now. But I want to keep it short because I have not done a tea reading yet. That's just the vision that came to me. And I must say again, family is not involved. Family is not involved in her abduction. But what is sad, if you've seen the case, is Summer's mother already had a missing sister. So this is the second time the family's gone through a missing female. And so rather tragic, and I learned that subsequent to Summer's disappearance, child services intervened and the other children were removed from the family. So tragic on tragic. If you've seen some of the videos of the home, it definitely seemed just a bit of a chaotic and desperate kind of layout. And I can't imagine what the brothers are feeling for being split up after this happened. So I don't have much more. I will be looking at it with tea leaves. And I know it sounds nuts. I haven't looked at if any other readers did anything on this case earlier. I am very curious if anybody thinks she could have just been abducted as an adoption. Was this an abduction to adopt? That's a thought that I've got. So I'm going to bid you adieu. I'm going to keep it light. Always keeping it light and hopeful and truthful. So until my next time, have a wonderful evening and stay out of trouble. Thank you.